Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go Hobbies. I want to address something, and that is regarding what I watch and what I listen to and stuff like that. How I get my information, how I judge things and my views. Now, first of all, I don't really listen to the news because it's just propaganda jumped up and lies. That's the first thing. Secondly, I listen to independent um, YouTubers, independent sources of information. I do listen to a lot of news, but not the mainstream media. Why? Because you cannot trust them. And I want to make that quite clear. As for being outside the loop, quite possibly, maybe not. But I've been doing research for a long time. I don't tell you everything I know, and I don't tell you everything because of a good reason. Because some people that will get a hold of that information and basically spin it into a different yarn. Now, some of this information is really useful, some of it is already known. Um, but the point I'm trying to make is this: when I say these things, it's because one, I've been watching perhaps a YouTube channel, and I agree with what you're saying, or what some people are saying, and that is the underlying trend of what they're trying to do. New World Order, yeah, and stuff like that, and how they're trying to influence people's attitudes and stuff like that. I'm not unaware of that sort of situation. Now, how I see things is that on the surface, this is happening, right? And I've often thought like the government work on a cause a problem to solve a problem reaction. And that's how I see it. And this, what they're doing now, is because they're wanting this to happen. All right? They're causing a situation and it is deliberate. I know that. You know that. Right? Some people don't. And the way I see it is this: whether it be to demoralize or change people's views, yeah, probably is. Um, there's a lot of things that are going on for later events. Give an example. This NHS app for um, alerts, it weren't just done willy nilly. There's a reason behind it, and it is pre planned. And I know that, you know that, but a lot of people don't know that. I am a very suspicious person, and you might not think, or you might think I'm gullible. No. I might come across sometimes and I just spurt this stuff out. But I do know what's going on. I don't know, I haven't got the whole picture, right? But I've got bits of it. And I understand that what we have is, how do I put this? I'm just trying to think the best way of putting it. You cause chaos to cause control, and that's what they're doing. You can't trust governments. You cannot trust the media because the media are done by the government. I I have my suspicions of what's going on. At this time, I'm not prepared to tell you, but I can tell you what I do see as it is obvious, and that is they're trying to change people's perceptions and views. that is obvious. And if you hear some growling noise and snoring noises, I've got a dog in my lap, so that's why. So yeah, it's not that I don't understand things. I do understand things. And another thing I want to address is the Russian-Ukraine situation. Yeah, the war could stop tomorrow, right? And there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I'm not unaware of that. Right? It's just the same as Britain, Ireland, and all these other countries. Yeah, we only get told things maybe days, weeks, years later. Yeah, and how do I put it? Some of the history of those countries are best not known, or what actually goes on. Doesn't get widely talked about, and it's best perhaps leaving sleeping dogs lie, as the saying goes. But we are fed information from the news media. I listen to YouTube channels that are independent, not mainstream media or mainstream news channels. I don't listen to them. They are a load of BS. That being said, right? So I want independent news, verifiable news, so people, when they say something is backable, it's backed up. Okay, so I know when I listen to something, it is the truth and not a load of spill. So when I listen to the news about what's going on around the world, I think to myself, yep, so on and so forth, right? But I'll say this, and that is, there's always a simple solution to something. Stop fighting. The war could end today. Right? But there's an agenda there. You know it, I know it. There's powers at work here that are very, very evil. Now, if you believe in that sort of thing, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. But at the end of the day, who suffers the most? And that is us people. We are just a commodity, a a thorn in their side, and we are the population. But people don't realise people power. We can change the government, but because we are so fragmented, it won't happen. And the word I was trying to think of before, and that is divide and conquer. And there's your answer. They've divided us and they've conquered us. And I have got to the point where I have no faith in government. I don't believe that the police are working in our best interests. I just feel that we have been let down significantly. I don't know if it's the Freemason Society controlling the situation behind that. I'm not making allegations. I'm just making an observation. I really don't know. But it seems this government in the UK is just hell bent on doing things wrong. She's snoring her head off here, isn't she, eh? Anyway, I've said my little bit. Now you know a little bit more about me and my opinions and why I make these videos and stuff like that. This way, when you put a comment on a YouTube of mine, a video, now you'll understand that when you might think I don't understand things, but I do. I'm going with a view at that time. I'm expressing a small minority's views, perhaps a majority's views, but it's still a view at the end of the day, and people will interpret that. Yes, I have probably got very disillusioned with this government and what they're doing and the lack of what they're doing. Now, and this goes towards the police as well, and the councils and the institutions that we have in this country. They are very, should I say, being corrupted, to say the least. But anyway, what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm open to comments. I don't mind comments, good or bad. But where I will object to and I will remove is rude comments directed at me, insulting comments. That is not allowed on this channel. And if you do that, it will be removed. And possibly you'll be banned. But I don't want to go down that line. This is a channel where people can express their views, like I do. Because we have a right of free speech. We have a right to say what we think within reason. I have called this government names. I've called the politicians names. I've called the Prime Minister names. And then I say to you that these are the names we're not allowed to call them. You know that. I knew that. But this is the way free speech is going. You're not allowed to call them these names. So I don't call them these names, if you see what I mean in a roundabout way. Anyway, we've waffled on too long. So from one snoring dog, she's gone, she is. From David, thank you for watching. Again, please leave a comment down below. Please like, share and subscribe. In my next video, I'll talk to you more about Ukraine and my feelings and so forth. So thank you for watching. Take care everyone and we'll see you soon.